Hi everyone, it's David Oak Farm. Today we're going to talk a little bit about roofing on the chicken coop. Previously we've only had tar paper on it, so it's been waterproof but not complete, and it's time to get this wrapped up before the snow starts flying, which is closer than I want to admit. But anyways, as you can see, I'm using cedar shingles up on the roof, so let's take a look at the shingles themselves and a little bit about the process. These are what they call utility grade. They're usually made to be the undercourse on roofing, so they're kind of knotty and things. But I figured, being a chicken coop, I was willing to take the risk and buy a bundle or two and see how they looked. And after buying a few, I was satisfied there's enough good wood in here that I could totally roof this thing without being too expensive. Okay, let's talk about nails. I'm using what are called split-proof siding nails, or they're ring shank nails, so they stick really well. I always use stainless for any type of siding, or clapboards or shakes, doesn't matter. So, trying to show that it's not too shabby. I'm using the funkiest ones first on the base course that aren't too tragic. Now, another thing I want to point out is I nailed a piece of strapping here as a guide so that my overhang is going to be even the whole length of the roof. The thickness of this, which is about a little less than 3/4. Now this first course is the slowest one to put up. And I'll show you why shortly. If you were doing this on your house with A-grade shingles, you'd be much more concerned about squaring up the edges, squaring everything up, but this is a chicken coop after all. I can tolerate a little waver in my shingle, but if this was my house, I'd be a lot more careful about this. Interesting thing to point out too is, because I am overhanging these, I don't actually need a metal drip edge because it's going to drip clear of the roof already, which was one of the cost savers that made this more competitive with asphalt, actually, was the lack of all the metal I would have had to buy. Okay, now I'm going to go get some nicer shingles for the upper course. There we go, and I still have an inch of overlap here. Well, a little ratty. Let me find one a little bit better. There's a nice one. There we go. Yeah, I like that a lot better. You guys probably can't see it, but I'm also doing about another 1/8 inch overhang on the top course below the previous course below. Yeah, I don't want to use this one, I'm too close to that. Try and find a wider one, see how that looks. Here we have a good opportunity for a narrow one, maybe. Yeah, okay. Here we go. This one's a beauty. Yep. But as you can see, I'm just trying to make sure I have about an inch or so of overlap at least on every course. Now, here's a tip for you guys. What I've just done here, this first 2 courses, or maybe 3, can be added to a regular asphalt roof to eliminate your drip edge as well. This works just fine. You would then put your shingles on and they would overlap a tiny bit, your asphalt, 1/8 inch or whatever they recommend in the shingle manufacturer's book there. But it gives a little bit of a flare to the edge of the roof, especially if you build up. That's why I was saying you might want to do 3 or 4. But it gives a cool little flare to the edge of the roof, and it protects the edge pretty much as well as aluminum flashing will. So if you want to do something kind of custom, it looks really good. You can see I got my nice consistent overhang all the way down, so that is my drip edge. And I've taken the cleat and moved it up on the roof. Now, I'm going to tell you right here, don't do this. Here's the reason. This coop is a little over 16 feet long. I only had 2 8-foot pieces of strapping. So I had to tack these up and actually put holes through the shingles, which is totally not ideal. But I'm going to, take my chances. Basically, what would have been better is to have a more solid board, like a 2x8 or something that's 18 feet long. Right here on the end, I should have put a nailer that stands out proud of this. And this cleat would overhang the roof and be nailed here. That is the way to do this. But I don't have the lumber, and I'm cheating. So I want to make that very clear that there is a better way to do this. But now that this ledge is on here, you will find that subsequent rows go on, or courses go on much, much faster. So let me show you how that goes. I've got my cleat on here, and this is what makes it so much faster now, is I can just toss a whole bunch of these up here and get them ready, and start looking for matches as I go. There's a good one. There's a good one. That's a good overlap. Not so good. We want maybe a narrow one or a wide one. There's a wide one. Too narrow. But see what I mean? As now that I've got this ledge on here, getting these things all lined up is pretty easy. Just picking from the best sizes as I go, and now I have, 4 feet right here ready to nail off in just a minute, Now when I nail too, another thing I do is I nail above. I'll be nailing about here in height. I nail really high on this course, but this one I'm going to nail about here. You never really want to nail through more than one course of shingles, because basically you can start splitting the shingles underneath because you're putting so many nails through them. So that's it. I'm going to nail these off and continue along with this whole course. I'll take a break for a little while. Here I am. It's about 3 hours later after my little rain delay and so forth. And there we go, this whole side is done except for the cut piece at the top. Alright, and here it is, all finished up on this side. Looks pretty nice. Let's just compare and contrast here. Take a look at this nice little roof I put on here, and we'll look at the one that's on my barn. I don't know, I think I made a nice choice. Plus I don't have this thing sticking out and almost face level, real nice. That's on my to-do list. But now I gotta do the very tippity top. As you can see, a piece of my tar paper actually kicked loose. And that'll be another video. I'll show you how you weatherproof that and take care of the change in pitch. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and hope to see you soon.